Hey, it's James here. In this example, I'm going to talk about inheritance. In this example, we've got a person signing up as a fundraiser, and we've got a number of campaigns created. So we've got this Move Data campaign, and then we've got Bugs Bunny's team, which is a team in that campaign, and then we've got Daffy Duck, which is a fundraiser in Bugs Bunny's team in Move Data campaign. And what I'm going to do is I've got those three records open here. What I'm going to do is on Move Data campaign under product, I'm going to set a value of general. And I'm going to reprocess this notification back into Salesforce. And basically everything's going to stay the same. So if I refresh this record, the product is going to be general. And if I look at the team and the fundraiser, they're both not going to have a product. So scenarios exist where you want to set something on your parent record and then have it inherit down your campaign hierarchy or onto other records, like onto your opportunity and that kind of thing. So you can do this using inheritance. So what I've done is I've just scaffolded a new flow. I've already set up the Move Data pipeline and the field set in the background. And I'm going to go to new resource variable. I'm going to call it record. I'm going to pass in the campaign record. That's what we're working with in this example. Input and output. So now I've got my campaign and I'm trying to get this product field to inherit onto the other records. So I'm going to do to start is I'm going to create a decision. And let's call it determine product. And basically there's a few scenarios that can exist. So this first scenario, I'm going to call it yes exists. Basically, if the value for this product field already exists on a record, then I don't want to do anything with it. So my results will be record.product. So the product field on the campaign record is null false. So if there is a value on that product field, it will already exist. So I can save this, but there's another branch I want to add in the middle here. So if it already exists, I actually don't want to update it because it's cool, it's already there. My default outcome will also be blank. I don't want to do anything with that. So if I open up my decision, I can add another outcome in here. I'm going to call this parent. I want to check if the value already exists on the parent campaign. So if we go to our Move Data notification and go into execution, and I'll scroll down to the third campaign, which will represent that, that fundraiser. And if we go into parameters, we can see that there's this one called parent campaign, and that actually has the product general for one of those parents. So I can use this parent campaign and this parent campaign product field to essentially query if the parent campaign has a value, and if so, I can inherit it onto the child record. So I'm going to copy and paste this parent campaign, and I'm going to add a new resource in this parent field. So my resource is going to be parent campaign. So it's a variable called parent campaign, and it's not a field, right? It's going to be a record. So it's a record, it's a campaign record. I don't necessarily need to write to the parent campaign. I just need to mark it as available for input so I can read from it in this flow. So parent campaign dot product is null false. Okay. So basically, the first thing that this decision is going to do is going to see if it already exists on the campaign record that we're working with. The second thing it's going to do is check if the parent campaign has any value for this product field. And then lastly, it's going to run this default outcome. So in this middle path, if the parent campaign has a value, I can now perform my assignment. So I can say inherit product. So the variable is going to be record, so the campaign that we're working with, dot product, and it's going to equal the parent campaign product. So the current campaign, set the value that's on the parent campaign onto that record. So if I hit save and then activate, I can go ahead and reprocess my original notification back into Salesforce. And what our expectation here is, if it's already existing, it's not going to do anything. If there's a value on the parent record, it's going to inherit from that parent record onto the child campaign. And if neither of these conditions are triggered, if it doesn't exist and if the parent doesn't have a record, it's not going to do anything. You might want to put an assignment in here to set a default value for that product field if you wanted to, but I'm just going to leave that blank for now. All right, so our data has run in, so I can just refresh each of these records. So on our parent campaign, nothing should change. The product is still general. On our team campaign, you can see it has inherited the product from the parent campaign. It's now general. And on the fundraiser campaign, you can see that it has also inherited the product of general. So in this way, you can perform a decision to check if something already exists and not to do anything, or to check if a parent record exists and it has a particular value for the field that you're looking for, and if so, to inherit that value onto the child record. All right, thanks.